Sing Willy. I'm going to put this on because I practice safe comedy. Anyway, my first time here was 2 weeks ago, and I was talking to Jessica, who was running it then. Katie wasn't here, and she was very persuasive. She's like, "Oh, we got some fresh meat." And so I'm like, "All right, I'm a comedy virgin. I lost my virginity here 2 weeks ago." Yeah. And Jessica asked for my number. She's like, "If you want to get a gig, put it on this list or whatever." 2 weeks and she hasn't called. I gave it away for a non-alcoholic IPA. Gave away my comedy virginity. That's right. Anyway, I'm a cheap date. So anyway, my name's St. Willy, like I said, and I'm the patron saint of atheists. I bet you didn't know atheists could have a patron saint, but hear me out, believers, okay? Instead of waiting for some scary skyman to intervene in the law of physics and change things, atheists are out there playing God. That's right. Specifically, genetically modified organisms. You know what I'm talking about. So, you can jack CRISPR into your vein, right? Genetically modified DNA, you can jack it into your veins, you can change your body. You can enlarge any part of your body with CRISPR. What's it going to be? What are you going to enlarge? You can enlarge any part of your body with CRISPR. How many people by a show of hands, first thing that popped in their head was brain? All right, well, you guys aren't in my demographic, the other 88% of you are. Anyway, for me, that's an easy one, right? My appendix. Haven't you always wanted to know what it does? I mean, they say that it's shriveled in the last 100,000 years. Cro-Magnon had this big-ass appendix. It was, they think, maybe for filtering out, gravel or feathers or whatever. I want a big-ass appendix. Okay, nobody else? Anyway, and then genetically modified organisms again. What about GMO animals? They're coming. Oh yeah, they're coming. So, what are you going to, for me, the first thing on the list that I want genetically modified, you already got chicken breasts. Let's make them lactate, right? Chicken milk, dairy chickens. That's the future, dairy chickens. You know what it's going to taste like, this chicken milk? Eggnog. So imagine the other products you could make with it, right? You put a little steamed chicken cream on your espresso. What do you got? A cappuccino. What about chicken cheese, chicken butter, right? Lots of different products. But the one I'm looking forward to is yogurt. No? You can, never mind. Suspension of disbelief, let's call that one. Whipped cream that's light as a feather. Okay. My 10-year-old son wrote that one. Anyway, maybe some chicken milk chai. Chicken milk chai? Anybody like chicken milk chai? Tea drinkers here? No? Okay. Well, anyway, if you're on a diet, you can have 2%. My other son wrote that one. Anyway, so with genetically modified foods, we got to be careful. We can't be going to the store and going in there and buying these GMO foods thinking we're buying the real thing, right? So when you're buying fake crab, it's crab with a K, right? Crab with a K, everybody. What do they call it? Tofurkey, right? You know what you're getting there. Well, with genetically modified foods, I got the answer. We don't misspell it. It's been done. They'll think it's tofu or some shit. What we do is we use a symbol every time we put it next to it, and I recommend using Prince's unpronounceable symbol. Remember that? Anybody old enough to remember that one? He used this kind of question mark with a upside down, cross or whatever. Anyway, so you go, you buy it, you're like, "I'd like the meat formerly known as beef. 3 pounds, please." Anyway, I guess I've milked that chicken. Anybody ever forget you ate beets?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You go to the bathroom, you turn around, and you're like, "I got blood in my stool, I got 3 weeks to live." All right, yeah, I haven't done that either. All right. I got a hype man over there, hype woman. All right, so another thing that's near and dear to my heart is acceptable accents versus unacceptable accents. I know it's a hot button issue, but you know what? I'm not a monaural stenographer. I'm a stereotypist. So I've loved doing accents since I was a little kid, but these days you can't touch them with a 10-foot pole, right? But why? Why can't we do accents anymore from other cultures? Pointing out cultural differences is completely different than pointing out racial differences. People that grow up in a certain culture have certain traits, and the differences between cultures, they're funny. They're just funny. They've always been funny. Little kids from different cultures, they meet somebody, they laugh about, how they sound and that sort of thing. So why are there certain ones that are off limits? I can do Henry Higgins, but I can't do a Japanese accent. But why? What's punching down about that? Are we looking at GDP? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll just finish this joke. Okay, so GDP, you got Japan, $5 trillion. England, $750 billion GDP. That means the English accent is 6.66 times as offensive as the Japanese accent. So say it with me. A laughing about the cultural difference, I'm not a racist. Thank you.